I would sum Cliff up in a few words by saying he is rambunctious, he is a little bit wild, kind, caring, and considerate.
Intense.
Very, very passionate.
He's all business.
Competitive.
Very particular.
A freak.
An incredible conversationalist.
The gray man.
Like, am I being nice or?
Kind, caring, happy. This is my retirement, or is this Cliff's retirement?
Hilarious.
Correct.
Driven, I would say.
Grumpy.
Crusty.
Terrifying.
Dedicated and hardworking.
Old man.
Cliff is very mysterious. The enigma. Puts a lot of care into his work.
Bitchy.
It's got to be big gulp, right? Big gulp?
Excuse me.
For Cliff and I and our relationship, the word is bestie. Cliff's like a rock here. He's been here forever.
Sour, surly.
So much fun. Patient. Who really knows Cliff?
How about coconut? Not because he's kind of going crazy, he's ready to retire, but tough exterior, soft on the inside. I think he's a pretty softie, doesn't want people to know, but he can be pretty soft.
Cliff does a lot for our building. He works behind the scenes in a lot of different areas. He contributes a ton to this building.
He's always behind the scenes. He's always got his hand in something. He works hard to make sure that all the little things get done.
Well, and I'm not sure who's going to get here as early in the morning as Cliff, but in all seriousness, his work that he does for the school doesn't go unnoticed, and it's going to be hard to fill his shoes.
I mean, if the guy wasn't in class teaching or coaching, you would find him in the media lab doing work for the school or community or other schools or other districts. He was here a lot and put in a lot of time.
Cliff has made us, can I say this, shitload of money?
Correct.
Cliff is unbelievable. His basketball program is second to none. I've always been so impressed that he has just given so much to the program.
I think it's so cool that we've had this very talented coach for all these years, and his passion for that is so cool, and you can see it reflected in how hard his kids work for him.
I graduated from Jordan High School, and where we won 3 provincial championships when I was there. After that, I went to Grant MacEwan College for 2 years, where I played on the basketball team. And after that, I went to University of Alberta and played 4 years there under Coach Horwood. After I graduated from there, I went back and was assistant coach for Coach Horwood for 2 years. And then after that, I went to Camrose and was head coach at Camrose for a year and on the boys team. Then after that, I went to Stony Plain Junior High, where I was for 4 years teaching and coaching their junior boys basketball team there.
The one thing that I've always really appreciated about Cliff is that he really emphasizes the teaching character with his kids. It's very important to him. He always made sure that their marks were up, and so he's trying to teach those aspects that are important beside the sport.
Cliff is a competitive guy, and what he expects of himself, that's what he expects of his kids, and he wants kids to excel.
He's intense, and he gets the best out of his players. He's a very technically knowledgeable coach, and he takes some teams I look at and I'm like, Cliff, you're gonna struggle this year, and somehow he is able to get them to a level, a respectable level, competing at his own level all the time. So.
I've watched him on the bench, and I would say he's a hard ass, but the kids have mad respect for him.
Coaching style, yeah, I mean, I definitely can't emulate that. I try to be intense as well, but Cliff's a whole nother level. He's passionate, and he knows his stuff. And I think those together is just success written all over it.
What he creates out of here is amazing kids that come back, and year after year they give back to the program because they will say a lot of these kids, they got through school because of Cliff. He has such a high standard for them, but he gets them and he sets them up for life.
Coach, just wanted to offer my 2 cents and my congratulations and thanks for one hell of a storied career, bringing legitimacy to a small town hoops program. And, despite having zero interpersonal skills yourself, managing also to squeeze some success out of what is obviously a limited resource pool. So kudos and bravo for that.
Yeah, Cliff's coaching style, he's not the best communicator, and he always has, whether he's grunting on the bench or speaking in half sentences, he's always really hard to understand. But again, despite that inability to communicate, he's somehow, the players always know exactly what he's thinking, and the refs always know exactly what he's thinking.
Correct. But I think he gets the point across to the kids, and that pacing and maybe, holding his head down a little bit. I think that connects to the kids somehow, that maybe Coach Rowein needs me to perform a little bit better.
We're so bad. That's what I remember.
Well, it's interesting because I think you end up watching him more than you watch the game when he's coaching, right?
Yeah, he's sort of priceless to watch on the sidelines. The different colors that he goes through throughout the course of the game when things are going well. Well, you don't know if things are going well with Cliff. They could be up by 50 and he's still yelling at people. Like, it's just the way he coaches, I guess. And
their team's winning a game and he's still berating the guys or whatever. So, but it's about like taking care of the process, right? And that was what was important to him. So he did a great job doing that with those guys.
Cliff can be a little aggressive at times with it's his knowledge of the game, and he sees where his players should be on the court. And if they're not where they're supposed to be, he's got the voice that's booming, and he's going to let them know.
Years ago, we had some time at the SAPEC conference in Calgary, and I got to share a room with him. I think I was the short straw, but got to share a room with him, and actually really good couple-hour conversation late in the night, which you wouldn't expect, about like coaching, just like why he coached for so long. And we had he might not remember, but I remember that conversation for me was pretty really impactful in kind of understanding a lot about him and what it takes to be a teacher and a coach for that long. Is really neat.
I've known Cliff for 24 years now, and I don't know if I really know who Cliff really is. Correct. And the reason why I call him a man of mystery as well is even when, there's one year we were just chit-chatting at the beginning of the school year, just across the pods there, because we're always in there early. And then all of a sudden he said he couldn't do something because he was expecting his baby boy in a few weeks. And we're like, what? You're going to be a dad? And he kept that under wraps that whole time. So that's why Cliff, you never really know who Cliff is.
No, I don't really know Cliff too well. I don't think Cliff socializes with a lot of the new people.
When I think of Cliff and like my time at MCHS here, I was straight up afraid of him for like the first 14 years.
Small talk is not really his big thing, so he's more like to the point kind of guy, at least for me. So, you tell him what you want, he tells you what the answer is, and then that's kind of it.
I think just last week, Cliff and I were walking down the hallway crossing each other and no words were said. I said, Cliff, don't you get mad at people when they don't say hi to you in the hallway? I said, you're not saying hi anymore? He said, nope. I thought I'd done something wrong. I thought I'd hurt his feelings. Turns out, no, he was just egging me on and trying to piss me off, I guess I would say.
Honestly, when I first met Cliff, I didn't think he liked me, but I don't think Cliff likes anybody.
Cliff he's a little bit like of a bull in a china shop, right? Comes in and he's like kind of gruff, and it was interesting getting to know him and stuff like that. But underneath that gruff exterior, he's like a little bit of a pussycat. He's if you can break through some of that shell, he's got a soft side, but he doesn't show it very often.
Well, I can remember when I first came here back in '96. I met Cliff. And truly, I thought he was the biggest a-hole in the world. He kind of had no time for somebody like me, the little old secretary in student services. And I slowly wormed my way into his heart and got to know him a little bit better, bit by bit. To me, he always seemed so gruff. And then I watched him with some kids and how much he cared for them. And I just realized he's kind of like the Grinch. Little by little, his heart grew. And slowly but slowly, he grew into my heart.
We always talk about Cliff has a very tight inner circle. And so sometimes I felt like there has been some moments in my time here that I had the privilege of being part of that inner circle. You know, sometimes I'm not always in that inner circle where maybe Cliff reveals, you know, who he is. I mean, Cliff's a bit of a jokester. I think he likes to throw some things out there and sit back and see how it all takes forward. And I have to think, one of the things I always think about Cliff is that he's always on the move, fast. But then when he's relaxed and joking around, he has this little giggle about him. You know, he's like, hee hee. And that's what I kind of like about him. He's a bit of a sly guy. He's always up to no good, and he always wants to do a little bit of practical jokes.
He has got a dry sense of humor. You never know if he's upset with you or if he's just teasing you. And sometimes I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest with you. But he's a really funny guy. I really enjoyed getting to know him.
He just cares. He works his butt off to make sure that things are done on time. He's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, when he took over E&I, he just made this school that much better. Always the showcasing to our students. When our students walked in the building and seeing all the banners and the stickers, made you proud to be part of MCHS. And then when the parents came in, or people from other schools, they were like, wow. So he really kind of made an impression on our school in terms of this is the place to be and the place you want to be.
I don't think people actually understand the work that he does put into the building, from everything from tournaments to the drama productions to just making sure that the students get things put up around the school so that they feel like they're recognized.
I mean, this building wouldn't look the same without Cliff, right? It's you know, you think about the physical stuff, you think about all the posters and the banners and the grad stuff and all the decorations for the tournaments and grad and everything else that he's done over the last few years. And it's easy to think about sort of that physical stuff, but it's way more than that. It's the culture, it's the ambiance that it creates in the building, the community, you know, the pride that it engenders in the school here, and we owe that to Cliff.
No, he's busy all the time. Tournaments are amazing. He's always has it decorated. Other schools come in and they're jealous of what he's done here.
People come into the building and you've got volleyballs all over the floor and the team names and things on the walls, and it's amazing what he's done to this building in terms of making it look more than just an institution. It truly looks like a loved school, and I know he's working so hard to teach Amanda, and she's going to do incredible.
I'm just hoping that I'm able to fill those shoes. It's big shoes to fill. And he's always here at like 6 a.m. He's here so early. I will never be able to fill those shoes.
Amanda taking over for Cliff has been an interesting transition to watch, and because they helped me out so much with the musical, I got to see a very interesting transition for those two people.
Well, at first, Cliff was very intimidating and very scary, so I just kind of like went along with anything that he said, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll do this. I'll show up extra early. I'll do all these things. And then as I got more and more comfortable with Cliff, I realized that I could kind of like give it back to him a little bit, because he likes to poke the bear. So I was like, oh, I'm going to poke the bear back.
And every time I would work with them on a project, they would just be at each other, just bickering about this, that, and whatever. And no, you're doing it wrong. And what are you doing? Didn't I tell you how to do this? I'm not even here. I'm not looking. It became a lot. So in the end, I think what they are is they're this married couple that's like been on road trips across Canada. And so every time in the United States, so every time they start bickering, I would just say, this is just like that time in Yosemite when you didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to me then, you don't listen to me now. And that time we missed Old Faithful because you wouldn't turn left when I told you to turn left. They are something.
I know Amanda will keep it up, but what I'm really enjoyed over the last years is how he's represented our school with all the stickers and all the banners and MCHS everywhere and all the stuff that's everywhere. And it's really done well to make our school stand out from the rest.
He has been a driving force in branding our school and branding and making us visible to the public and everybody that comes in here.
I know you've spent endless hours knocking off media-related projects for the school, which everyone here greatly appreciates. I guess I'm only left asking myself one question. After all these years, how the heck are you still using papyrus font? Jeez, papyrus, Cliff? Come on.
And then I think my favorite Cliff moment would be when I found out that he's a competitive ballroom dancer. He was making ballroom dance ornaments for his competitive team, I think, or his club. And I was really shocked to find out that he is, in fact, a world-renowned competitive ballroom dancer. And he said that you could find the videos deep on the dark web of YouTube. So I was pretty shocked to find that out.
The guy is a heck of a dancer. I can tell you that. Had the pleasure to teach a dance unit with Cliff in phys ed before, and he led that group like no other.
And from what I understand, he was totally pulling my leg, and he's kind of an asshole, but...
Correct.
This past year, you know, every Christmas, that last day is crazy, right? We have the celebration, we have air bands when we can do them, we have the Christmas dinner and all this sort of stuff. This year we did the staff, you know, student floor hockey game in the gym, right? And so we're explaining this at a staff meeting, and we're asking him any questions. And Cliff, like, he raises his hand goes up. Okay, what are the consequences going to be for these kids who are not in the classroom? And I'm thinking to myself, it's the bloody last day of class. Merry effing Christmas, everybody. Like, seriously, man? Like, what do you want us to do?
Probably grad 2019. Cliff and I snuck out early from decorating, and we went and had a couple beers. And that was the day I introduced Cliff to sour beers. And ever since then, Cliff is all about the sour beers. Regular conversations with him about the latest and greatest ones and which one's the current favorite. And then also planning on when we can go and drink the next one.
Cliff and I went out one night, just the two of us, to a Grey Cup celebration. Cliff and I got into it a little bit. We met a bartender there that was absolutely pouring the drinks for us like you wouldn't believe. And Cliff's fun-loving spirit came out. He brings out the best in everybody when it comes to that. And the time that we had on that evening was one of the best moments of my life in terms of, you know, top 5 fun events. We had a blast, from just going around meeting people to experiencing the dance floor to having a little bit of an entertainment time with the Ottawa Red Blacks cheerleaders. I mean, there's moments of that night that are a little bit patchy.
I've had the fortune of spending a lot of time with Cliff, and the first real big road trip I took with Cliff, now that was an interesting road trip down to Calgary. There was definitely a few pit stops that we needed to make. We had to stop under an overpass. He just couldn't quite make it to Calgary. He had to pee so bad. He's running through the field as we're driving into Calgary on the Deerfoot, if you can believe it. And we have to pull over because he literally couldn't make it. We'd already stopped in Red Deer, but no, he couldn't quite make it into Calgary. So that is one memory that I will never forget.
Cliff and I really hit it off when he and I got the name Susanna 2.0. I won't go into details, but yes, Susanna 2.0.
Cliff went on a couple of bike trips back in the day. I believe he was on the bike trips in 1999 and 2001. And one of the funniest moments of my teaching career, let alone with Cliff, was on one of those trips. Cliff was attempting to convince the trip organizer, John Henderson, that he had a tick in his crotchal region. And he was trying to get John to scout out the crotchal region to see if there was, in fact, a tick there. Well, between Cliff and I, we could not contain our laughter, and of course, John figured out very quickly that we were pranking him. But the look on John's face when Cliff attempted to tell him that there was a tick in his groin was, I think, one of probably the funniest memories I've ever had as a teacher in this building.
I think the best story I have about Cliff, it was kind of funny. We went to Las Vegas together for a basketball clinic. And we were sitting in the lounge one night, and you know, after all the sessions are done, because we spent all day in the sessions, but we were sitting there and we were chatting with another guy, and then these two girls walk up, and they sit in the same chair and we're kind of, looking at him, whatever, and then they start to, make out, and Cliff is like a kid in a candy shop. He is so excited. He's like, oh my God, what's going on? It was pretty funny. We had a good time that day. Security eventually broke up the show for us, but, Cliff was Cliff was quite animated the whole time. He was clapping his hands and yelling, and he was pretty excited about the whole thing.
Yeah, we've had lots of golf rounds over the years, and we've hooked up in the summer times to go golfing a few times. And just funny. I've never seen a guy yell at his golf ball so much, and I almost think that the golf ball listens. But man, playing with him one year, and he's yelling at his ball, "Get down, ball!" And it actually seemed to work. So it's something I might try.
I do remember a time before we went golfing as a staff, and we met up at a driving range, and Cliff took it upon himself to try to teach me. And I think Cliff has to admit that was probably one of his failures, is that he could not figure out what the heck I was doing wrong.
I didn't golf much. There was a lot of laughing, a lot of beverages, but I think that was when we were at Spring Creek, and then I believe that was the year that we were asked to not come back. Correct.
The only thing I really think about is last year's golf tournament when I was Cliff's partner. I think I was the worst golfer on the links, and we still won that competition. That just goes to show you how good of a golfer that Cliff is. And I remember we were having a great time, just joking and laughing. There was birdie juice that he brought onto the field, and I really enjoyed my time then.
I think he put me in his foursome often at golf at the end of the year just out of pity, because I can't golf worth a darn, and 130 is a good day for me at golf, and I could tell it always bothered him just a little bit that he was golfing with somebody that didn't know what he was doing out there.
I don't understand how anybody can golf so much. That's crazy. 27, 36, 54 holes in a day. When you're a good golfer, I guess it goes a little faster than when it does for me, but he sure loves that game. I don't know. I get bored out of my mind after about 16 holes. I'm done. So, good for him. It's if you're good at something, maybe that's makes you really want to love it. But I don't know if I could do that much.
Congrats, buddy. We'll see you out on that golf course. I know. Try not to yell at me or the golf ball as much in the future, please. But I'm doing my best.
Congratulations, Cliff, on your retirement. It's well-deserved. You've put a lot of time and effort into our school at MCHS, and you deserve your break and enjoy your golfing, because I know that's probably what you're going to do a lot of. So thank you.
Congratulations, Cliff. You're going to be missed. Thanks for everything you've done, and good luck in your retirement.
Cliff, so fortunate to have you as a mentor, more fortunate to have you as a friend. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for everything you've done for the school over the last number of years that you've been here, for the 17 years that I've been here. Like I said, couldn't have hoped for a better mentor, better friend, and all the best to you in your retirement. Although I'm a little worried about you and Dave. You and Dave end up moving in together. That's got danger written all over it. So take her easy, enjoy your golf, and enjoy your time in the sun. And it's a well-deserved retirement, my friend.
Congratulations, Cliff, on your retirement. I wish you well and hope you do well in all your future endeavors.
Enjoy your time of retirement. It's time now to let go of school. We don't want to see you back anytime real soon, but it's been a pleasure working with you, and I hope you take care.
I hope your indefinite summer is awesome and full of health for you and your family, and I also hope that you enjoy breaking 100 once or twice here on the golf course over the next 20-25 years. So best of luck to that, and all the best. Thanks a lot, Cliff. Bye-bye.
Cliff, it's been an amazing 20 plus years here with you, even though we didn't technically get to work together in the classroom. I hope you enjoy your retirement, your golfing, and just enjoy this time that you have.
You're an incredible person. I hope that you know that. And I can't thank you enough for how much you've given and taught me over the years. And yes, you give me a hard time on pretty much everything I've ever asked. But you've also always come through for me. And I really, really appreciate the time and the effort and the passion that you put into this school, because you're a hell of a role model, man. Thank you so much.
Cliff, I was terrified of you for the first 5 years I worked here. And then after that, I realize you're actually pretty nice. So it's been great working with you, Cliff. Congratulations on retirement.
Congratulations, Cliff. Think I'm going to miss you. I guess we'll see, though. Come and talk to me in September, and I'll let you know. Okay? Good luck, and well done in your career, and congratulations.
Cliff, thank you for all the years that you have put into MCHS. You have done so much for the kids here, and you've done so much for the staff here. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. I will miss you immensely, but I know that you will still keep coming around, even if it's just to have some fun and some laughs. Enjoy retirement. You deserve it. You've worked so hard. You've earned it. Congratulations, and you will be missed.
Cliff, I'm going to miss you. I wish you all the best. Enjoy your time golfing, and think of us often.
All right. Well, Cliff, it's been great working with you. Your work ethic is beyond reproach, and you know, we've had lots of fun together over the years, and I've appreciated everything that you've given to the school and to the athletic department and to the students of Morinville and my sons in particular. So thanks for everything, Cliff. You'll be missed, and all the best in your retirement, and hopefully we'll see you on the Masters PGA Tour someday. Hey? Take care.
Cliff, I wish you nothing but the best in your retirement. Don't be a stranger, and hopefully we can get out on the golf course once or twice.
You know, congratulations on retirement, you crusty old bastard. That's the first thing I would say to you. I know you're going to enjoy your time on the golf course. Actually, I don't even know if you're going to enjoy your time on the golf course, because I don't know if you're happy about anything. But I just wanted to thank you for your years of service here at the school and making things very interesting for all of us. Some of us don't know how to take you, but you know what? I also know you probably have one of the biggest hearts of anybody on staff. So congratulations, man, and enjoy your retirement, and all the best. Take care.
Cliff, it's been fun working with you. It's been good. You mentor many people. You helped me out tremendously this year with basketball, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I wish you nothing but fun, relaxation, and of course a lot of golf in your retirement. God bless.
Cliff, it's been an extreme pleasure to have met you, have gotten to work with you for these past 24 years. I know I've probably irritated the heck out of you with all my questions. Side note, thank you for spending the day with me today going over sports medicine, and I know there's some more things I need to go over with you, and you're telling me how busy you are, but you always seem to find time for me, and I really appreciate that. And that's what you've always done for me throughout the years. You've always guided me and helped me and talked me kind of like off that ledge, and I really appreciate it. And I will miss you, but I am so happy that you are on this next adventure, and I hope you have great things in your future. Nothing but the best.
Cliff, I want to thank you for everything that you've taught me and for the patience that you had with me. I was definitely intimidated coming in working with you. There were definitely big shoes to fill. And you definitely have a particular way of doing things, but thank you for taking the time to show me the right way to do things. And like I say, to be patient with me and to answer my millions of text messages and emails. I wish you the best of luck. And I will definitely see you in September when you have to come back and help me with things.
Cliff Rowein, have an awesome time in retirement. Don't get too sunburned in Arizona. Make sure that you're enjoying every golf course that you attend to. I know there's no doubt about that. Stay rude, stay belligerent, stay crusty, because we all know that you got a heart of gold underneath all of that rough exterior. Buddy, I'm going to miss you a lot. Take care, man.